Starting from Most Loved Movie, Following is Christopher Nolan's first feature film and an impressive demonstration of the storytelling style that would later define his career. Made on a very small budget, the film follows a young writer who spends his time following strangers through the streets of London in search of inspiration for his stories. His harmless curiosity eventually leads him into the world of a charismatic burglar named Cobb, who introduces him to a dangerous game of crime, manipulation, and deception. As the story unfolds, the writer becomes trapped in a web of lies where nothing is quite what it seems. Like many of Nolan's later films, Following uses a non-linear narrative structure, revealing key information gradually and encouraging viewers to piece together the mystery themselves. The film explores themes of identity, obsession, voyeurism, and the consequences of crossing moral boundaries. Despite its modest production, the movie showcases Nolan's talent for creating suspense, complex characters, and unexpected twists. The ending forces the audience to rethink everything they have witnessed, demonstrating the director's early fascination with perception and reality. Following may be Nolan's smallest film, but it remains an important work that reveals the origins of the storytelling techniques that would later make him one of the most respected filmmakers in the world. Then, next movie, Dunkirk, is a unique war film that tells the story of the evacuation of more than 300,000 Allied soldiers from the beaches of Dunkirk during the Dunkirk evacuation in 1940. Instead of focusing on a single hero or a traditional war narrative, Christopher Nolan presents the event through three interconnected perspectives: land, sea, and air. The film follows stranded soldiers desperately trying to escape, civilian boat owners risking their lives to help, and fighter pilots protecting the evacuation from enemy attacks. Nolan uses minimal dialogue and relies heavily on visual storytelling, sound design, and tension to immerse the audience in the experience of survival. The movie explores themes of courage, sacrifice, endurance, and collective heroism, showing that victory is not always about defeating an enemy, but sometimes about simply surviving impossible circumstances. The constantly ticking soundtrack and realistic cinematography create an intense sense of urgency from beginning to end. Unlike many war films that celebrate combat, Dunkirk focuses on fear, vulnerability, and the determination to keep going despite overwhelming odds. With its innovative structure, technical excellence, and emotional impact, Dunkirk stands as one of the most distinctive and critically acclaimed war films of the modern era. So, next movie, Batman Begins, is the film that reinvented Batman for a new generation and laid the foundation for Christopher Nolan's acclaimed Dark Knight trilogy. The story follows Bruce Wayne after the tragic murder of his parents, showing how his grief, anger, and desire for justice shape him into Batman. Instead of focusing only on superhero action, the film explores Bruce's psychological journey as he travels the world, learns combat skills, confronts his fears, and discovers the purpose that will define his life. Upon returning to Gotham City, he creates the Batman identity to fight corruption and crime, while facing threats such as the mysterious Ra's al Ghul and the fear-inducing Scarecrow. The movie explores themes of fear, justice, self-discipline, and personal transformation. One of its central messages is that fear can either control a person or become a source of strength when properly understood. Nolan's realistic approach, grounded storytelling, and strong character development helped transform superhero films into more serious and emotionally engaging cinema. With an excellent performance from Christian Bale, compelling villains, and a powerful origin story, Batman Begins remains one of the greatest superhero origin films ever made, and the essential first chapter of Nolan's legendary Batman saga. Then, next movie, Oppenheimer, is a powerful historical drama that tells the story of J. Robert Oppenheimer, the brilliant scientist who led the development of the atomic bomb during World War II as part of the Manhattan Project. Rather than focusing solely on the scientific achievement, Nolan explores the personal, political, and moral consequences of creating the most destructive weapon in human history. The film follows Oppenheimer's rise as a respected physicist, his leadership during the war, and the intense scrutiny he faced in the years that followed. Through its complex narrative, the movie examines themes of ambition, responsibility, power, guilt, and the ethical limits of scientific discovery. Nolan presents Oppenheimer as both a visionary genius and a deeply conflicted man who must live with the consequences of his work. The emotional weight of the film comes from its exploration of how a scientific breakthrough can change the course of history while placing a heavy burden on those who created it. Featuring an outstanding performance by Cillian Murphy and intense political drama, Oppenheimer is not just a biography, but a thought-provoking examination of humanity's relationship with knowledge, power, and destruction. It stands as one of Nolan's most mature and intellectually ambitious films. So, next movie, Memento, is the film that first established Christopher Nolan as a visionary filmmaker. The story follows Leonard Shelby, a man suffering from short-term memory loss after a traumatic attack that killed his wife. Unable to create new memories, Leonard relies on photographs, notes, and tattoos on his body to track clues and continue his search for the person responsible for the crime. What makes the film unique is its reverse narrative structure, with much of the story unfolding backwards, allowing the audience to experience the same confusion and uncertainty as Leonard. As the mystery progresses, viewers begin to question what is real, whom Leonard can trust, and whether his memories are as reliable as he believes. The film explores powerful themes of memory, identity, self-deception, truth, and revenge. Nolan uses the story to demonstrate how people can manipulate facts and create comforting illusions to avoid painful realities. The shocking revelations near the end force the audience to reconsider everything they have seen throughout the film. With its innovative storytelling, psychological depth, and unforgettable twists, Memento remains one of the most influential thriller films ever made, and a defining example of Nolan's ability to challenge conventional filmmaking. Then, next movie, The Dark Knight Rises, serves as the epic conclusion to Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy. Set 8 years after the events of The Dark Knight, Bruce Wayne has retired from being Batman and lives in isolation, physically and emotionally broken by past sacrifices. However, Gotham City faces a new threat when the powerful and ruthless terrorist Bane emerges with a plan to destroy the city and expose its hidden truths. As Gotham descends into chaos, Bruce must overcome his fears, limitations, and personal failures to become Batman once again. The film explores themes of resilience, sacrifice, hope, redemption, and the ability to rise after defeat. Bane is presented as a formidable enemy who challenges Batman not only physically, but also psychologically, forcing him to confront his deepest weaknesses. The story emphasizes that true strength comes from perseverance and determination, rather than power alone. With large-scale action sequences, emotional character arcs, and a satisfying conclusion to Bruce Wayne's journey, The Dark Knight Rises delivers a powerful ending to one of cinema's most acclaimed superhero trilogies. The film's message is clear. Even after the darkest falls, a person can rise again stronger than before. Next movie, The Prestige, is a gripping mystery thriller that tells the story of two brilliant magicians, Robert Angier and Alfred Borden, whose professional rivalry turns into a dangerous obsession. Set in the late 19th century, the film follows their relentless competition to create the greatest stage illusion ever performed. As each magician attempts to outdo the other, their rivalry consumes their personal lives, leading to betrayal, sacrifice, and tragedy. Christopher Nolan masterfully structures the story with twists, secrets, and misdirection, much like a real magic trick, keeping viewers engaged until the shocking final revelations. The film explores themes of obsession, ambition, identity, and the price of greatness, showing how the pursuit of success can destroy relationships and morality. Every clue is carefully placed throughout the story, making repeat viewings especially rewarding. The movie's central message is that extraordinary achievements often require extraordinary sacrifices. With outstanding performances from Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale, a fascinating mystery, and one of Nolan's most unforgettable endings, The Prestige is widely regarded as one of the smartest and most underrated films in his career. Then, next movie Interstellar is an epic science fiction masterpiece that combines breathtaking space exploration with a deeply emotional human story. Set in a future where Earth is becoming uninhabitable due to environmental collapse and food shortages, the film follows former pilot Cooper, who joins a mission to travel through a wormhole in search of a new home for humanity. As the crew explores distant planets near a massive black hole, they encounter the effects of time dilation, where hours on one planet can equal years on Earth. While the film is filled with fascinating scientific concepts inspired by real physics, its emotional core is the relationship between Cooper and his daughter, Murph. The story explores themes of love, sacrifice, survival, hope, and humanity's desire to explore the unknown. The stunning visuals, powerful performances, and unforgettable musical score by Hans Zimmer create an emotional and immersive experience. The film ultimately suggests that love is a force that can transcend time and space, connecting people even across the vast distances of the universe. Interstellar is celebrated not only for its scientific ambition, but also for its emotional depth, making it one of Christopher Nolan's most inspiring and thought-provoking films. Then, next movie Inception is one of Christopher Nolan's most imaginative and mind-bending films, blending science fiction, action, and psychological drama into a unique cinematic experience. The story follows Dom Cobb, a skilled thief who specializes in entering people's dreams to steal valuable secrets from their subconscious minds. He is offered a chance to clear his criminal record by performing an impossible task known as Inception, planting an idea into someone's mind so deeply that they believe it is their own. As Cobb and his team travel through multiple layers of dreams, the boundaries between reality and imagination become increasingly blurred. The film is praised for its original concept, stunning visual effects, emotional depth, and complex storytelling. Beyond the action and spectacle, Inception explores themes of guilt, memory, loss, and the power of ideas. Its famous ending, featuring the spinning top, leaves viewers questioning whether Cobb has truly returned to reality or remains trapped in a dream, making it one of the most discussed endings in modern cinema. The film's intelligence, creativity, and emotional impact have made it a modern sci-fi classic and one of Nolan's most beloved works. Next movie, The Dark Knight, is widely considered Christopher Nolan's greatest film and one of the best superhero movies ever made. The story follows Batman as he faces the Joker, a criminal mastermind who seeks to spread chaos throughout Gotham City. Unlike traditional comic book villains, the Joker is not motivated by money or power. He wants to prove that anyone can abandon their morals when pushed far enough. The film combines intense action, psychological tension, and deep philosophical questions about justice, sacrifice, and the nature of heroism. Heath Ledger delivers a legendary performance as the Joker, creating one of cinema's most memorable villains. The movie's central message is that maintaining hope and morality is difficult in a world filled with fear and chaos. With its gripping story, powerful performances, realistic tone, and unforgettable scenes, The Dark Knight remains a benchmark for superhero and crime thriller filmmaking, earning its reputation as Nolan's highest-rated and most celebrated masterpiece.